Alright. This is gonna be a replay of a Diamond 1 game. I was playing Orianna support, but I queued up in the bot role. So I have my friend playing Janna support in the dual lane with me. Speed this up.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
What happened there?
Minions have spawned. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
So we both start support item because I know I'm not going to be able to farm that much in that lane. Nautilus is a bit of a problem for me, since I don't have a dash to escape if he manages to hook me. Some AD carries like Tristana, Ezreal, they can buffer their dash, or they can dash before the hook connects and they'll be able to escape from Nautilus's auto attack, but I can't do that, so I'm not very comfortable with farming this lane. So instantly my support gets hooked, so I know we can't contest level 2. We cannot contest anything actually. Oh yeah, and we both don't have flashes, me and the Nautilus, because they invaded. It was right about here, yeah, okay.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So yep, you have to be able to react to that. Nautilus flashes, you have to flash immediately. So what do we do here? We have to recall. There's no other choice. They get tower plate, nothing we do about it.
Need to break some new ground. Literally.
They have the level advantage, so I'm just I get the cannon, which is great. In terms of gold, I'm actually not too far behind. That's the funny part. I'm getting Spell Thief gold. At this point I already have almost 200 gold from Spell Thief alone, and that's allowing me to stay close to even with Ezreal. The downside of going double support item is obviously you won't be able to get as much farm as with something like a Doran's Blade, because there's a gold penalty restriction, but that restriction does not take effect until you've farmed a certain number of minions. And me only having 2 minion kills, that's not gonna be a factor. And see right there, because we got low and because they had a minion wave shoved to our tower, it was obvious to both of us that they were going to look for a dive. Like, this is Diamond 1, right? There are actually a few master players in this game. 2 on our team, I think 2 on the other team. Their jungler is going to be looking at this lane state and see it as an easy dive, so we found it out We walked into this bush on Talia. Janna traded flash, and I'm not too worried about that because the jungler used her flash, didn't get anything out of it. What do I buy here? Yeah, I buy the boots and cloth armor because I'm going to be building into a locket disking. They have a lot of AoE, mostly Vladimir, but also some from Talia and some from Kiana. Okay, so they reset. Unfortunately, Talon doesn't respect the Nautilus roam timing. He wastes flash, but the great thing is Nautilus gets the gold and not the Talia. Right now, what we're doing is a slow push. Because by the time we got into lane, I didn't feel that I could shove our minion wave into their tower. Actually, I could have done that, but I decided to go for a slow push because, for example, this situation, it gives us defense. It gives us a defensive barrier against Nautilus and Ezreal skill shots. Against skill shot lanes, you want to always slow push. Set up a bigger minion wave so that you can hide behind it in fights. And I'm pretty sure that was what allowed us to survive. They're all in there. So unfortunately, we have to concede yet more tower plates, more experience. At this point, I'm very far behind in gold and obviously levels. I'm still level 2, but I'm still not worried about this situation. As you'll see, early deficits like this are not much at all if you don't let them snowball their advantage. Early leads are only a problem if they're able to snowball. For example, Draven AD carry. But against an Ezreal, there's not much he can do to pressure his lead and snowball into something bigger. For one, we have an advantage in roams. Orianna and Janna are much faster than Nautilus with only tier 1 boots. So we're conceding tower completely. And if you ask other high elo players, you'll hear often like, taking the tier 1 tower early is actually bad. Because now all this farm is pushing towards our side where it's safe for us to farm. And there's no tower to kill all these minions. We'll be able to get all this experience and gold later on. That's why we were fine with recalling so many times and giving up all those tower plates. They do get a lot of gold. Ezreal is over 1,000 gold ahead of me. But we're gonna catch up in experience easily. They'll actually lose out a lot of... Ezreal will actually lose out a good amount of farm because the mini wave's all the way over here. And he won't be there to farm it. So we'll catch up. Of course, I won't completely catch up, but there's going to be a lot of ways to out-roam the Ezreal and out-team fight him. In terms of team compositions, once I build my locket, our team fight is looking a lot stronger than theirs. We have Diana and my ultimate to combo together. We have an AD carry. We have an assassin who also can work well with my Orianna's ball and ultimate. And most of their damage we can negate it. So here is an example of us having a roam advantage. And just like that, Talon is fed. And the gold lead between our team and theirs is completely even. Now let's go back a few minutes and see what the gold lead was like back then. They were 2k gold ahead at 7 minutes. That's pretty significant for early game. Our top laner was 1-4. About 500 gold down against the enemy, Vladimir. Our jungler, remember he wasted flash here, dying to Nautilus. So he's a tiny bit behind. Our mid lane is even, and we're very behind, right? Okay, so at 8 minutes, we were 3k gold, we were 3,000 gold behind.
Red team double kill.
Tried to steal Scuttle there. Now we have to back off because I don't have mana. And Graves has to spend his gold, but he's not respecting the enemy roaming from mid to top. This Graves is very tilted and probably not playing his best. But the enemy overextends as well. See, this is Diamond 1. Diamond 1 and Master and low Master. But so many mistakes on both sides. And we're just there to capitalize on them. As you can see, both of us supports have not died a single time. And that is critical. No matter how behind you are early, if you don't die, you're going to be on the map more than the enemy team. And you're going to be there to capitalize on mistakes. I'm still behind in gold compared to Ezreal by quite a lot. But I have more kill participation, which means my team is more fed. And that's reflected by our team gold. Our team is actually ahead of theirs. With Talon hopping over walls and 2 supports roaming. This game is an excellent case study of a lot of things, honestly. But mainly how early deficits don't matter. Like this lead, it's not like it's turning from, it's not like it's going from 1k gold, Ezreal being 1k gold ahead, to 2k gold ahead and then 4,000 gold ahead. It's not like exponentially increasing. It's staying like 1,000 gold ahead. 1.5k gold ahead, like 1,500 gold ahead, right? It's not increasing that much, the margin. He's always going to be a little ahead of me. He's always going to be an item or half an item ahead of me, right? But we can make up for it in many ways. Talon is unstoppable. Because we have 2 supports, they can't kill him. What happened here? Ezreal troll? Oh, Ezreal ran it down. I see. Or he just didn't want to give the... Or he wanted to execute. He didn't want to give the gold to Diana, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I see. He overextended and realized it was too late to run to safety. Yeah, okay, so once he sees Diana on this ward, he goes for the execute, not knowing Graves is there. Okay, so everyone's still trying their best. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. Vladimir goes in, but because we have 2 shields, he can't kill anyone. Doesn't matter how fed he is. I don't even have my locket yet. Once I have locket, he's not going to do a single point of damage in team fights. So this is a case study of building the right items. And runes as well. I take conditioning. And that's helped me a lot. Past 12 minutes, I'm barely gonna take any damage. I almost have my command protect maxed out already. This is providing 24 armor and magic resist. And none of their champions deal true damage, so all these resistances are providing a ton of value. Like mathematically speaking, I'm still only 1000 gold behind Ezreal, but every single point of stats I have are being put into use. Ezreal's all this attack damage, if he misses his Qs, all that gold is wasted. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything that he's 1000 gold ahead. Yep, we have a support up here, we have a support down here. Not a single person on our team is gonna die if we're nearby. And just like that, our team is almost 6000 gold ahead from being 3000 gold behind at 8 minutes. How crazy is that? There's not a single thing the enemy team can do to win this game from this point. I'm just gonna let the game play out from here. There's not much else to talk about.
Shut down.
Broken up into little pieces.
Okay, one thing I do that you might not have noticed is recalling. I recall very often to refresh my wards, refresh my mana pool. And right there I bought a Glacial Shroud.
Blue team's turret
Glacial Buckler it's called. And that's going to give me more ability haste. So my W is on a 4-second cooldown. My command protect is on a 5-second cooldown. Ionian boots are the best purchase here.
Red team's turret
instance, I don't need Merc Treads. They don't have any crowd control, any cleansable crowd control besides Kiana ult and stun, which I can avoid. Ninja tabbies aren't good for anything except Ezreal, pretty much, and he's not that fed. So, Ionian boots are the best for utility. Also gives Summoner Spell haste, which is good for exhaust. And that's gonna give us a foolproof defense between my Locket and my exhaust. There's nobody on their team who can deal damage to us.
Killing spree.
Look at how long it's taking Ezreal to kill us. That was a bit unfortunate. Maybe I could have body blocked Ezreal a little while longer.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
But it's fine. We got 2 kills for 1. We survived so long that our team was able to run over. And we have complete map control because of our...
Destroyed.
because of recall timing, actually. What I mentioned earlier. If you recall earlier than the opponents, you're on the map with more mana, more items, more wards, more vision control, right? And that's how you get control of the map, by recalling better than your opponents. League of Legends is a strategy game. It's not an action game. There is a bit of action, a bit of mechanics required, micromanagement, but mostly it's a strategy game. It's a real-time strategy game. Knowing when to recall is a big part of it. No matter which lane you play, setting up slow pushes, knowing when to crash your mini wave in the tower, all of that is... all of those tactics allow you to pull off better recalls than your opponents. So you can cash in your gold. Get back on the map faster for objectives. The reason our team all has shutdowns right now is because we recalled better than the opponents. And using my W and Janna's passive speed, we're just on the map faster than anyone else. And there you have it. Last note I want to mention is, if you do want to try double support, Locket and Moonstone is a great combo. You have defense against burst and AoE, and then you have single target sustain and sustain in general. You have resistances, you have sustain, you have healing. It's the complete defensive package. In summary, don't get tilted by early deficits. losing your tower early, losing a lot of waves, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. If your champion is strong late game, because look at all my runes: conditioning, transcendence, mana flow. These are all late game runes. These are all scaling. And Janna took the same. So we knew that as long as we didn't feed early, we didn't let them snowball too hard, we would be able to catch up. We had a good chance mid game and late game. And you would never expect a 3k gold deficit to turn into what was the late game? A 12,000 gold advantage, right? But that's how it goes sometimes. Never tilt. Good luck in solo queue. Thanks for watching.